Hey guys, welcome again to today's video topic. A lot of you have been confused about what the FDA does and how the FDA can affect your business. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. It's a very short video, but it's going to be powerful. And again, irrespective of the industry you are, you may have a need to interact with the FDA when you are exporting your product to the USA. So the FDA is not just about food, it affects a lot of other industries. And that is what I'm going to be talking about today. Now, one of the things you are going to know, or you may not know, is that a lot of companies are losing thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, every single month because they are sending products to the USA without following the right process, right? And these are companies from food, cosmetic, you could be exporting supplements, you could be exporting so many things. Not only are these products being denied, some of them are having the products seized, some have are given the option to export the products back to their home country. So imagine a situation where you spend maybe $2,000-3,000 exporting maybe a pallet load of a certain product. It gets there, they tell you because it does not meet the FDA requirements, it has to be shipped back, and you have to pay for that shipping. In certain instances, you have to pay for the cost to destroy those items. So again, you need to pay serious attention to this video. If you have any product in the food, the cosmetic, the medical devices, something that has to deal with animals, and even so pay attention to what I'm going to be teaching you now. Who is the FDA, right? The FDA is obviously the Food and Drug Administration. Most of you know what that is. And they are really responsible for ensuring and protecting the US public health. Right? Remember, where can health issues come from? It will come from animals or it will come from individuals. A lot of times when people think of the FDA, they only think of individuals, but they have a lot to do with respect to animals. Again, so what is it that they look at? They look at things like drugs, human and veterinary animal drugs. They look at biological products. They look at medical devices, anything that affects the country's food supply. They look at cosmetics. They look at products that emit radiation. So I can tell you for a fact, right? If you are living in the USA or you are thinking of exporting to the USA, your product, once it is FDA regulated, has an effect on the life of anybody. When I wake up in the morning and the first thing I do is to brush my teeth, that toothpaste is regulated by the FDA. Right? When I have a cosmetic that I have to apply before I sleep, it's regulated by them. Okay? So they are very important in the life of the average American citizen. Now, the issue that a lot of you are facing, right? And I can tell you, it's not unique. It's not just food, like I said, right? If you are in cosmetic, and I know a lot of African companies have huge potential when it comes to cosmetic, right? There is a new regulation now from the FDA called MOCRA, the Modernization of the Cosmetic Regulation Act, that now requires you to do certain things when it comes to exporting cosmetics to the USA. In the description below, I have a video where I talk more about that. So make sure you follow up that video, right? Okay, very important. And one of the things I have seen, look, there are so many companies in Africa that are into various things, medical devices, supplements. Supplement is a big one. Africa has a lot of natural resources that they use to cure a lot of diseases. They are not drugs. They are things that they take on a regular basis and they are healthy. And these are things that we can repackage and ship. A lot of you know the things you use in the village or the things that your grandparents use. And these are things that can be sold to generate substantial revenue. Again, look, I believe strongly in the African businesses, in the African entrepreneurs, and that if we get it right, if you get it right with your products, and especially with the FDA, you have a huge opportunity to really triple or even 10 times your business in under a year. I tell you that I have seen it work many times, right? Now, at the end of this video, like I always do, one of the key things I like to do is to help those of you who are trying to get into the export business, right? A lot of you are always sending me questions. Oh, how do I start exporting to the USA? What do I need to do when I want to start export? So at the end of this video, I'm going to be giving you absolutely free. So you have to watch the video because I'm going to put the link, at certain points, right? But what I'll be giving you is something that is worth over $2,000. Serious, and I'm giving it to you absolutely free. These are videos, these are trainings on how to start your export business that I typically teach to big companies that tell me, oh, how do we export this and that, right? So, like I said, it's going to be towards the end of the video. I'm going to show you how to export just about anything, not just food, but anything you want to export. It could be clothes, fashion, whatever it is. I'm going to give you 45 days free access to my US warehouse. We have warehouses in Houston and Atlanta. And the beauty of this warehouse is that if you have your products there, you can talk to so many companies and we ship it from there to them. It makes export easy. It makes a lot of companies to trust you. So again, don't miss this opportunity. I'll also be giving you free how to set up your Amazon account the right way. I'll give you access to our export community. And if you follow the link, I will also be there every month to talk to you and answer questions you may have on export. So again, this is going to come in towards the end of the event. So again, I've already talked about the FDA. Let's go back into the main teaching. The FDA is basically responsible for protecting the life of the US consumers, the public health, and they deal in a couple of things, right? So what products do they regulate? If I'm shipping products to the USA, what are the products that the FDA is going to come in and take charge of, right? So obviously the first one is food. That is the one that everybody thinks about. That's the one that everybody knows. And when we talk about food, we're not just talking about human food. We're talking about animal and human food, right? And what are the things that can be classed as food? There are so many things, right? Things like bottled water, baby food, dietary supplements. Again, this is one big area I want to see more African businesses getting involved. Dietary supplements, right? Dietary supplements, again, are not drugs. They are not designed to to heal a particular disease, but they are designed to make you healthy. As you eat it or take it every day, you have those health benefits that are obvious. And I know there are so many products in Africa. Any of you know so many products that come under dietary supplements. I know in my hometown, there are various things that people do. In fact, when my mom was sick, go to the USA, after doing her treatment, the nurse told her, look, soursop leaves, dry it, form it into tea, be drinking it every morning. That it has a way of curing cancer. And we have all these things abundant in Africa. A lot of you go back to your villages, you know some of the products that your grandmom is using, and there are people staying, living healthy to 100 years plus. We can repackage these products and they come under the dietary supplement. Again, a lot of people think that the regulations required to export dietary supplement is tough. No, they are almost the same as food because they are not drugs. So again, if you are exporting any type of food product, it is regulated by the FDA. And I have a video in the description where I go in depth about the things you need to export food to the USA. So again, in the description, you have that video. Click it. There's going to be more to learn on that. But again, like I said, you need to wait to the end of this video so that I give you all the things you need to start your export business. Now, the second thing that the FDA regulates is obviously drugs, right? And again, when we talk about drugs, we're not just talking about people, it's again people and animals. So one of the things you need to pay serious attention to is that anytime we're talking about the FDA, we're talking about humans and animals, anything that makes us healthy, right? So if you have drugs that you are giving to animals and it's working well, you need to begin to look into how do I package these drugs and start exporting it to an economy as big as the USA. So that is one. Now the top product that is regulated by the FDA are medical devices, right? So again, these are human and animals, right? Yes, Africa may not be that technologically advanced, but I tell you, there's a lot of African companies out there that have devices that they should consider pushing into the US market. And we help with all of this. So again, you have your diagnostic test, you have the dental devices, you have the surgical devices, you have implant devices. In fact, virtually anything you use in the hospital as a medical device has to go through the FDA. So again, take serious note of that. If you are doing any form of medical devices, it has to go through the FDA. Now you have biologics, right? Things like vaccines and those type of things, tissues and anything like that. It also has to be regulated by the FDA. Now the big one, the big kahuna in the room is what do you call it? Cosmetics as well. Like I said, be cautious, right? Because if you were exporting cosmetics earlier to 2002 with a process that has worked for you, it's not going to work anymore come 2024, right? Because, I mean, to 2022. Because in 2023, the US came up with the MOCRA, Modernization of Cosmetic Regulation Act. And a lot of things have changed with that regulation. Now, cosmetic companies, depending on the type of cosmetics you make, you have to be having what they call a cosmetic facility registration. It's not every company, but you don't want to make the mistake of being part of those who need it and you did not follow that process. So again, I'm going to put a description in the link below where you can learn about cosmetic facility registration if you're in the cosmetic business. So again, like I said, those are the key products that the FDA regulates. And then there's the food, the drugs, the medical devices, the biologics, the cosmetic, virtually anything that has to do with the human body. Okay, so if you are a company and you're manufacturing, you're making any of these things, please take note. Make sure you have the FDA requirements before you go into export. Again, you can reach out to me. We've helped many African countries do their food export, do their cosmetic export, and supplement export. So many things, right? So again, that's the end. I don't want to talk too much. You now have a good idea of what you need to do, that you're going to need licenses if you're in any of these categories. And please, don't make the mistake of not meeting it. Now, a lot of you may have been successful. You will say, oh, but I've been exporting to the USA any of these particular products without issues. Understand that there's what you call personal and commercial quantities. You can be exporting personal quantities that the FDA, the customs will not disturb. But if you want to grow your business and you want to move from personal shipping 2 kg to maybe 200 kg, you're going to need to follow the FDA rules. So that is it. All right, guys. So again, I said at the beginning of the video, I'm going to be giving you things you can, how to start. It's a $2,000 combined course that I'm giving you absolutely free. Right. And the link is now here below. That is the link. Go to that link, register. Right, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about starting an export business. Look, this is amazing. This is probably one of the best courses you're going to ever have on how to start an export business, and it is absolutely free. Right, I'll also give you 45 days of free warehousing so that you can send your products to the USA, try out various options, absolutely free. All right, and then if it works for you, you will have a huge and easy distribution outlet for us to help you sell your products cheaply and quickly to your final consumers. Don't miss this opportunity. There is no company out there in the world that is going to store your products free for 45 days, right? And on top of storing it, I'm going to also give you options. You're going to have the option to jump into monthly calls with me, where I'm going to be exposing you to various things that exist in the export business. I'll also show you how to set up your Amazon account if from Africa, the right and the easy way to do it, okay? And then you will also be part of our export community. So again, click the link below, join the group of successful exporters, join our community where you'll be able to talk to other exporters and know what they are doing to be successful. So again, thank you for watching this video. I will see you shortly in my next video.